pick and roll schemes going into next week.
And in this World Championship tournament, if the U.S. wins today or tomorrow, we'll clinch the top seed. And Kevin Love, what a great time he's having off the bench right now, defensively and offensively.
This is exactly why Jerry Colangelo and Coach K put him on the team. The key is to play him in key moments of close games.
And a foul as Kazemi was making his drive to finish that point. If the U.S. ends up as expected with the top seed in Group B, the crossover group for B is Group A, and they would get the 4th place team in Group A, and there's still a lot to be decided.
Oh boy, you're right.
But Group A in Caceres, where Argentina leads the way. Right now, Germany sitting at number 4, Angola sitting at number 4, but it could be between Australia, Germany. A lot of things to be decided in the next couple of days.
That's exactly right. I wouldn't want to play Australia in the round of 16. A feisty group.
Haddadi chucks one up as he is fouled. Australia played a good game with Serbia earlier today and lost to the Serbs 94-79.
Now you're talking about a guy 6'7", 260. See, they're trying to reach and grab. He's not the most mobile guy, Mark. I talked to a couple of NBA coaches this week, and he would not be the worst backup center in the NBA. He's a guy that you can work with. He's not, he's not going to be Marc Gasol. He's not going to be Dwight Howard, but this is a guy that can be on any NBA roster as your 3rd string center.
25 years of age. Good touch from the foul line. Hitting both. Derrick Rose, the foul was his 2nd.
See that 2-3 zone now, a little bit of a matchup out of it. Team USA has had success getting the ball to the paint area in the high post.
And a turnover, a little miscommunication by the U.S., but Durant flags down the loose ball. Lob for the rim, up and in for Derrick Rose. And we've got an injured player on the floor for Iran.
Now Kamrani, who's got 2 fouls, is important to Coach Matic's attack. They can't afford to lose him.
Timeout in Istanbul.
I don't know Farsi, but I heard Coach Matic say, rebound. So maybe that's one of those international basketball words.
It brings up an interesting discussion. There are so many head coaches in the World Championship that are not native to their country. How do you communicate with your players?
Well, interestingly, the primary language in basketball in Europe is usually English. Because of the players that come from different countries. You see, big fella's not afraid to shoot that ball.
When we went to break, Mehdi Kamrani had slipped, and the team doctors checking him out on the bench. Kevin Love feeling it today, and last touch by Derrick Rose as Kevin Love heads the other way.
Coach Bowerman of Germany, who is German, listening into their huddles this week. He speaks in English.
Now that one I just don't understand.
Well, you know what? Yeah, they've got an all-German team, but sometimes, like, they've had Chris Kaman in the past.
That's true. Well, as you said, it's become much like the international standard in basketball is to speak English. So sometimes you stay with it without any English speakers. Samad VC off the bench hitting a 3-pointer. His countryman enjoyed. Iran staying close within 11. Tip ball. Durant with those long arms gets it back and puts it off the window. Durant's got 8 points in the first half. He's been a scoring machine for Team USA and whatever team he's ever played on. How good was the 2008 Olympic team? Now, I know Kevin Durant was 2 years younger, but he didn't make that squad.
Well, he'll make the team in 2012, and he'll be one of the key guys, because right now, as I said the other day, if you had a draft of every player in the world and you took into account the fact that he's 21, LeBron, what, 26 maybe, Kobe's at the end of his career, I think Kevin Durant would either be the #1 or #2 pick if you were starting a team today, keeping in mind how much better he's going to get.
That's the thing. I mean, he's going to be 22 next month, right after this tournament ends, as Danny Granger knocks down a shot. He'll be going into his 4th year in Oklahoma City. The reigning scoring champ finished 2nd to LeBron for MVP.
The biggest thing for Kevin Durant after this tournament is going to be to get some rest, because Thunder training camp starts on September 27th, and he's essentially had very little time off in the last year and a half. He's such a workout fanatic that it's actually a concern.
Well, a lot of people around the globe, as a shot clock violation against Iran, have talked about this as the quote-unquote B team and the A team players from the Olympics, but it's probably the same sort of fear. A lot of guys had injuries. Some had surgery like a Kobe Bryant. Some had the free agency that they were dealing with before the summer began. But, you know, it can be a grind playing for your national team every year.
A good example of that is guys like Nowitzki and Gasol and Tony Parker, have, you know, Kirilenko for Russia. They've all elected to bypass this world championship because they play so many games during the NBA season.
Danny Granger missing on the three. Cutting down the lane. Rose couldn't finish. So Team Iran with a pretty good showing for itself. Only down 15, a minute 20 to go in this first half. For Team USA, still a lot of things really to work on from what you've seen in these first two quarters. Offensive rebound, and Kazemi puts it back in.
What a great experience for this young guy. He'll go back as Ben Braun builds Rice's program. Their two leading scorers a year ago were freshmen.
He's on the all-freshman team, Conference USA. Spotting up for the three-pointer and missing. And then a foul by Javad Davari. That is team foul number 4 against Iran in the quarter. We talk about Pau Gasol not being a part of Team Spain. They've also had some injury issues, but 2 losses. Big surprise at this tournament.
They didn't play hard, and I don't think they've played as hard as they normally play. There's something wrong with that team right now. That's good basketball.
And fall for the flop, and the three-pointer went down for Kevin Durant.
Anytime you get the ball to the middle of the lane versus the zone, you force the defense to make a decision. Do you guard the ball or do you guard the shooters? And that time that ball went from inside out perfectly.
U.S. enjoying a 16-point lead. Kazemi with a nice touch and a basket. Timeout with 18 seconds to go in the first half. We'll conclude the first half from Istanbul. Coming up, a smiling Arslan Kazemi.
In the